Hi, this is Attila 16 and this is a video guide of Steel Division Normandy 44, and this is a guide where I explain how to use the the 116 Panzer Windhund Division. And this is a division which is particularly good in Phase A and Phase C. This is a division, it's a tank division, as you can see here. And let's explain what's going on in there. So why I made it that way. So Phase A, I'm bringing for the recons some spot troops. I only bring more on Phase B. I chose the spot troops which have a half track. Yeah, there's no other choice anyway, so additional over here. Then for Phase B, I'm also bringing those recon vehicle which have an okay gun with HE. So this can allow to suppress enemy in buildings, for example. So if you have to push into a town, that can be useful. So two group of them for Phase B. Then infantry for Phase A, I bring a Panzer. So this will boost your troops with the experience. So this is very important, especially for this division and tank division, because having a 2-star leader will actually significantly increase the capacity of your troops. And also this division start with Panzer Grenadier, which have 2 experience, so they are elite, and but you don't have many of them, so that's really important to have good troops there. And you can see that Phase A for infantry is really strong, so you have a few of them, but they are strong, and that's good. Then Phase B, you have Pioneer here, so a bit less expensive than the Panzer Grenadier, but it's good for covering your advance in the forest or in towns. And they also come with half track. Everything comes with half track. The MG42 here for Phase A, it's really useful to suppress the enemy if you have to fight in a town, for example, or prevent a large infantry push. Now let's go back into Phase B. Here you have additional Panzer Grenadier. They don't have as much experience as the one from Phase A, but you have 4 of them, so additional troops to cover the advance of your tank. While here you have actually a very strong Phase A deck. You have here Panzer 4, but actually Panzer 3, sorry. H, which is also a command unit, so that will boost the troops around. And you have actually those Panzer 3L, which have a very good armor piercing. They have 7 armor here, but what's interesting here is mainly the Panzer 3M, which have 2 stars of experience, and that make them very effective. So if you have a leader with this, this can kill a lot of stuff, and it's really good. Then for Phase C, because with the Panzer 3M, if you actually manage to conserve them during all Phase B, you can kill a lot of stuff, even most enemy tank. And you only bring the Panther G for Phase C. You have 1 star of experience, so that's good armor. And you continue your push with this. But with the Panzer 3M, you can probably last all Phase A and B with this. Just beware of anti-tank, of course. Then Phase A, I bring the SDKFZ 258, which is a support gun, so good with HE. You can suppress infantry. Early on, that can be useful because the enemy will have a lot of infantry potentially, and you might have to dislodge them. Especially since lately the infantry spam is quite common. Then some supplies, because you do need supply. And some flamethrower here, half track, good to clear forest and town. Of course, you need to have infantry to support that, and additional supplies, but this is mainly if your round is really lasting a while. Anti-tank, I bring some Panzer Shrek, because what's interesting here is that, first of all, you have the infantry unit, which has a good range here, 250 meter. And you also have the half track, which has a gun, with the 1 kilometer range. So this can be an interesting complement to your tank to suppress enemy tank. Then I bring the PAC 40 75 millimeter. This is a really powerful unit, and in this case you have actually 2 stars, and this is a really powerful unit. Highly recommended. Anti-air, I bring a Gepard because that's all I can bring. Then a mobile wagon. This is probably a good anti-air to scare the enemy away. While here in phase C, I bring the SDK FZ 7-1 or something. This is good for killing the enemy planes. You don't have any Flak 88, but the mobile wagon and those are pretty good to chase the enemy planes away. Then phase A again, for artillery, I bring the Panzer Windhund artillery, MLRS. What's interesting about this vehicle is that, first of all, you can fire 2 bursts of rockets without supplies. So that can be very practical. Also, I think it's napalm, so that will scare the enemy and burn them for a while. It's also pretty fast at shooting early on, so and it's not that expensive, so that's pretty good. Then I bring a BO Panzer 3H. This has off-map artillery, so that can be good in certain condition. But the thing is, I find that with the Panzer Windhund, you're pretty much set for not calling anything else in terms of artillery, assuming you conserve it alive. Then I bring the Hummel because, first of all, this is a really powerful artillery piece. In some case it can be useful, but with this deck I'm not necessarily using this that much. Okay, then air. I bring a GU-87G. I'm not sure if it's that useful, but it can kill tank fairly easy, and you have it in phase A, which is really good. So you can suppress the enemy tank easily with this, especially in phase A when they have thin armor, and you'll be able to kill many. It might be a bit exposed to enemy fighters, but I guess it's a risk. I'm mainly using this in 10 versus 10, but for example, if I was to use this into a smaller game, maybe I will bring a Messerschmitt with 2 stars like this. Then I bring FW 190G1, and this has a pretty strong bombs. Sadly, not that strong to kill heavy tank, but it's good enough. You mainly use this against enemy anti-tank, let's say. Here you have another bomber which has 2 stars of experience. I'm not sure if it's that great, but this can be a good troop, well, a good plane to suppress enemy infantry or anti-tank or that kind of stuff. The thing is that since you rely a lot on tank, your tank will be the main tank killer, so you mainly need your air force as a mean to suppress the enemy anti-tank and infantry. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this battle group. And yeah, I guess. Is there anything that I will change? Let's see. Well, having a grill can be good. Yeah, you actually have it in phase A, which can be good. That could be useful. Or maybe phase B. That's available. I will speak about troops which are available, but I'm not using necessarily. The Jeep. Well, not the Jeep, but the motorcycle here is actually pretty good recon. You might want that for phase A. Here you have a fast-moving vehicle with it, a good gun to suppress enemy infantry. And what else over here? Another one. Here you have some Sturm Pioneer, which can be good for clearing towns. But because this is a deck focusing on tank, town might not be the best place for your troops. And I rather have Pioneer, which are a bit more all over the place, let's say in terms of capacity, and they're not that expensive either. Yeah, other than that, you have a lot of Panzer Grenadier available, but I prefer to have quality over quantity. Here you have available the Panzer 4H, in my opinion, is a bit weak. It seems that they have 14 armor piercing though, which seems to be better than I thought before. Anyway, but that's the thing is that these tanks they die a lot. They don't have much armor, and they only have a range of 1,000 kilometers. So you're better with experienced tank like this one, which only has 10 armor piercing. It's not as good as this, but the experience largely compensates for that. And support, we already did that. Here you have a good amount of various things. Here, Jack Panzer could be good, but because I rely on Panther for Phase C, I rather have Panther than that kind of gun. Pack 43 could be good also, but they are really good at attracting airstrike. And also, because I mostly build this battle group as a mean to push forward, and while anti-tank can be good, it also brings the mentality of a defensive position. And since your Panther can deal with most enemy tank, having such a gun is not that useful. While here, not much to say about this thing. Mortar could be good, but I think Panzer is just doing the job too well. And that's it. That is it. I guess not much to add about all this. Now here, maybe what could be good here is FW190 with experience. So you're sure that you'll kill something, which you cannot be sure in other condition. And the fact that it's Phase B and you only have one might make you use it more conservatively. And because you only have one, the enemy might not bring too many fighters, so that you can harass the enemy for a longer time without attracting too much of its air-to-air rat. So that's pretty much it. I think I covered pretty much all, and I'll give you the code in the description. And I hope you enjoy this. I'll post a video where I show how to use this effectively, and I'll see you there.